Well, good afternoon. We had to wait for LOTRO to finish updating. In the meantime, there's a video for Balloons Tower Defense 5 and a video for the closed beta of Ilion, if anybody was interested in seeing what that MMO looks like. But now we're back in Middle Earth, and since yesterday, I went ahead and did all the quests in our chat and comb and moved my way onto Stadel. But we're going to talk to Mr. Strider here and do the first instance that he has for us for the main storyline.
Are you ready to leave?
Okay.
Strider and the Rangers pursue their fallen brother Amdia to the Black Wolves camp, but not all is as it seems.
Me. Grab some food here. What's this? A message. Oh, okay. That's a quest for Stadel. Grab some food here. Really do have to get rid of those frogs jumping around in my throat.
There is evil afoot.
Okay. So I'm going to follow this young man here. All right, Torthan. Shall we go?
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go fight off some bad guys. Wait, someone is coming. Okay. We'll just leave that one quaking in his boots there. More of them running away. Well, whatever's going on here, it's got them running scared. Oops. Did I disturb your concentration, ma'am? Oh, it's in here. If you need rest, then now is time to still your nerve. You mean you need rest.
Silently now, darkness approaches.
black gold informant, Scorgrim Dower Hand, one dead black gold informant, the Lore of the Corlin Prince. And he needs a rest again.
Stay a moment.
Oh, look, some Nazgul. As for Cargill, I think that's something they made up for the game. But they seem to be supposed to be underlings of the Nazgul. So I suppose that is extremely possible that that could be a thing.
It's a sorry day. It's a sorry day.
The Nazgul have crossed the Eisen and are heading for the Shire. The hobbits must be quick-footed enough to escape the wrath of the Nine. And we can only hope that Frodo slips through the traps of the enemy.
I like how they've added little scenes from the story to the cutscenes. All right, Mr. Strider, I have done as you asked.
Go on, dear. I have a task for you.
Oh.
What road did you take, Frodo? The ringwraiths ride openly in the Shire, but there are places which are even more terrible and dangerous. If you choose the path I fear, search for the light in the darkness.
Light in the darkness. Tom Bombadil. And we are ported directly to Combe, where as you can see, aside from this Combe Stable Helper quest,
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
which I don't think I've ever really done. Guess I get to do it this time. But no more rings. Well, the housing ring, but we've already said we're not doing that. And here's Constable Underhill. Hello, Constable.
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
Okay. And I do believe this is going to be another travel now instance. Yep. We are going.
Shattered the back of the Black Walls, but pieces of the mystery remain unsolved.
We're going into a mysterious cave, which, if you've done the man prologue, you've already been here once, I believe. Now, how do you have the key? Never mind, I don't want to know. Alright, let me go down ahead of you. Because you're going to take your good sweet time. Oh, thank you. Thank you for finally arriving. I think I just finished another quest while I was down here. Not that I have time to check. Not that I'm going to complain if I did. These creatures are a deed anyway. I have to kill a whole bunch of them. I hope that was the last of them. Okay. Let us press on. You couldn't have come a moment earlier, could you? Before that dwarf stuck me through, maybe? Oh well, suppose that's just the way of it. First it was that Eogan saying that if we pledged to Angmar, we'd be made rich. Well, when that all fell apart, a few of us decided we didn't want anything to do with Angmar anymore. We started talking to some new fellows, men who came up from the south. An ugly bunch they were, but at least they didn't seem likely to go raising fell spirits or some such on us. Seems though Angmar didn't like the prospect of us leaving them. That that dwarf came along, and you see how that ended. Now I suppose the Blackwolds are at their end. And another dramatic death. Because why not? Bah! I've no idea how we escaped this place. We'll never follow him now. Well, it seems that strange dwarf escaped. How he got out of here is a mystery to me, and from what you said of that brigand's tale, that dwarf was the one we should have been worried about, not those black wolves. Well, I suppose the black wolves are truly broken now, but for some reason I still don't feel safe. Well, there's not much more we can do here. You'd best take these tidings back to your ranger friend and Bree. And yeah, have no idea how he disappeared. And oh, somebody's unfortunate remains there. A couple of somebody's actually. Was it? Oh wow, a lot of somebody's. That's cheery. Very cheery indeed. I'm not even sure I want to know what's been going on here.
Just a moment.
It's best that we leave this place.
The rangers which once guarded the borders of the Shire have been scattered or slain. Frodo has left the Shire, but great perils await him in Bree. I am too late. Someone must find him before the Nazgûl.
And of course, more bits of story from the books. Hello, Mr. Underhill.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Good show indeed. You sure showed those black-wold rascals what for. And really nothing useful for me here.
Might I have a word with you?
Good day to you. What are you still doing about here? Those Blackwolds are gone and likely for good. That strange dwarf might still be around, but I'll wager he went on to somewhere a bit more interesting. You should take the news on to your friend Strider in Breetown. If he sent you out here, he'll likely want to know what we found. He'll probably be at the Prancing Pony. Those rangers surely like their beer, and the pony has the best. Thank you for your help, but there's no use worrying about brigands around here anymore. And Instaport back to the pony. A lot of Instaparting going on. I already know that one. Shoot. One I didn't know. And before we go back up and see Strider. Hello, Mr. Barleyman. Please take this junk off my hands. Well, the gloves might not be junk. Okay. That is, and that definitely is. That is. A lot of things to sell for a little bit extra coin, which I'm up to 34 gold now. Because, of course, I sold some more ore. And speaking of ore, let's check and see. Nope, we haven't sold anything else yet. Okay. But then we did have some downtime this morning, so it's possible whoever does the majority of the buying hasn't been able to come on.
We must move quickly.
You have returned in just in time. Much has happened since you left, but I have little time to relate it. The tidings you have brought me will be of great use to my men here in Breeland, but there is more immediate threat we must deal with now. While you're away, those same Nazgûl you saw at Amdir attacked the pony. They were in search of the travelers I had been awaiting, 4 hobbits of the Shire. I cannot tell you why they had such interest in my companions, but I can tell you that I will have need of your help again.
I need your
While both you and I have seen 5 Nazgul, their true number is 9. Before I can take my charges beyond Bree, I must know where the other 4 are hiding. Would you travel to the west and speak to Lingland? I sent him to Buckland to watch over a particular hobbit, but it seems like Mr. Underhill and his friends decided to take a different path and are now here under my protection. Still, Lingland may know the whereabouts of the remaining Nazgul. He camps on a rise just north of Buckland Gate and may have seen something that will aid me. You must hurry. I cannot afford to delay here overly long. All right. So, we have to go out. Yep, the festival is still going on. I believe it goes on until the 30th. Okay, you don't have anything for me. Thought this guy usually had a quest. Maybe it's later after I've done some of the other stuff. Who are these hobbits?
Hello there. Might I speak with you a moment?
It's a crafting quest. And this one is not triggering, so that means I'm too low a level for it. There are 2 reasons a quest ring might be gray. One, because you're over leveled, but the other might be that you're very under level for it, and so it'll also be gray, and you won't even be able to click on the quest giver to see what he has for you. All right. And this fine fellow here is for a minstrel quest, I believe. So we'll head out here. There's a bunch of quests out back here, but we will go help Lingland first. And then we'll come back and see what other trouble we can get into. Have to keep an eye on the time too. Have a cat that has an appointment. She has to go see her vet at 2 o'clock. Kitty had to have some surgery. She had a lump on her chest. And ever since her surgery, she's gotten herself a nice round tummy. So I'm just taking her to the vet to make sure it's nothing wrong.
Greetings.
Of course, I do believe that half her problem is that she's decided since her surgery that she'd like to eat all the food. She'll eat hers, and then she'll go run around to the other 3 cats' dishes and see if they've left anything behind. And if they did, well, let's just say it's not left behind for long. Get some of this barrow iron here. I started on my journeyman prospecting. Almost got proficiency. It's a nice area, even with all the wild animals being a little on the edgy side right now. Of course, they're all on edge because even the animals know something's wrong. Did I see a... No, I didn't. Just some dots. Buckland, the Shire, Breetown. There's a bear. Let's try to avoid the bear. Come get this silver, which definitely excited about the silver. More barrow iron. Compared to the game I was testing the beta out for earlier, this is downright peaceful. Of course, I always found LOTRO to be relatively on the peaceful side. Let's see, got some ore down here. And I thought I saw some more ore somewhere. Did I? That's further down the road here. We'll go grab that real quick. And we'll go back and talk to Mr. Lingland. Who is hiding up in this little hidey spot here.
What do you need?
Aragorn has sent aid. Nazgul, 4 more, were in Buckland. They rode swiftly to the east upon black steeds. I was foolish enough to stand in their way, and they ran me down. I will heal in time, but the riders have left a threat in their wake that must be dealt with. I must ask for your help.
Might I take a moment of your time?
In the Black Riders' wake, Crebain have taken root. They are not the common strain from Dunland, but a breed I have never seen before. Likely these foul creatures keep watch on Buckland in the Shire, or at the very least, since they have taken to staring at me in the night. While the Crebain may see nothing of interest, the fact that the enemy has eyes here is dangerous. If we were to blind these eyes, the enemy would not be as sure in directing its efforts. If you would dispose of the Crebain that route to the southwest, just beyond my camp, even killing one Crebain will go a long way towards blinding the enemy. So we gotta go down here and kill some of these bird creatures, which look like very sick, twisted crows. And unfortunately, I believe not a deed, because there aren't too many of them hanging around Breland. Now they do become a deed in a couple other places, mainly off the top of my head, Aragion.
Greetings.
Good, you have slain those foul birds. The enemy will not be nearly so sure as in their efforts now. However, I still have need of your aid. I must ask that you do something in Buckland, as it was their horn call that alerted me to the president of the Nazgul.
Might I take a moment of your time?
You say that Underhill is with Aragorn. I know of no Underhills. I was sent to watch over a hobbit named Baggins. I must assume that is whom Aragorn spoke of. Oh, good dude. He was trying to be discreet, and you're just blabbing everything to me. Good thing the Nazgul didn't get a hold of you. That he is safe and welcome is welcome news, for my fears are somewhat allayed. It was late in the night when I heard the horn call of Buckland. Running to the road, I saw the Nazgul leaving Buckland at a gallop. I tried to stop them, but they ran me down. I feared they'd already found Baggins. The four riders passed eastward towards Bree, but we may discover what they learned, if anything, at Baggins' home in Crick Hollow. It is a cottage surrounded by a high hedge, almost directly east of the Buckland Gate. If you learn anything there, return to me. What news you can bring may help determine the movement of the Nazgul. So, I head over this way. Over here is Old Forest, part of the Old Forest. Which I have not decided yet if I want to do that deed. Although I did say I was going to do as many deeds as possible. And there are quests in here too. We need to investigate Crick Hollow. Crick Hollow is still this way. Oh, it's over here. See this little round fence of hedges. I guess it's a wall of hedges. Absolutely charming little place. Like the arbor. Look at all those flowers on it. Nice gardens. Couple little vegetable gardens back here because, it is a hobbit. Back door. Well, that's a rarity. And usually a hobbit hole's poking into the side of a hill and there wouldn't be a back door. But this one has a back door. Still looks very nice. And still, no way of knowing what lies underground. Hello, Mr. Bolger.
No, gracious me!
What? Who? I I don't have it. Oh, wait. You aren't one of those black riders. I must tell you that I haven't been so frightened in my life. Did they learn anything from me? Well, those riders came bustling into the house, but I had already slipped out the back way. Not a thing did they get from me. When the sheriffs came, they made me tell them about Frodo and the others going off into the old forest, but I didn't say anything about the enemy's ring. Oh dear, what is that? It sounds like crows. Another blabbermouth. I'll let them poke at you a minute. Silly hobbit. Oh no, more are coming. Should let them poke at you too. You did it. You didn't get all of them, though. Some flew off into the old forest. I hope they don't come back. Yeah. Well, I hope you learn how to keep your mouth shut next time. But you are a hobbit, and hobbits love to talk, and they love stories. And we're going to go grab this stable while we're here.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Yes, it's a beautiful day. Actually is. A very lovely day. This place is, what is this place? It is Brandy Hall, a very respectable hobbit hole. Look at all these little bits of home sticking up in this hill. Very respectable indeed. Although I don't know if it's a home per se, although I imagine there are homes in it. Anyway, it's cute. It's impressive. And we are, oh yeah, one more thing. Okay, so across the way from us is the Brandywine River and the Shire. And if you go over here, cute little spot to sit and rest. You go over here. This is where the ferry crosses. So that's the Buckland Ferry that they took to get across to escape from the Nazgul. Water's kind of brown. Of course, it's actually pretty realistic looking. The color, anyway. But yep, that is the Hobbit Ferry. We are going to go back. After I get done yawning some more, we're going to go back and talk to Linglin again. Now, I don't think there are any interiors in this area. Oh, we need to talk to you.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Hello, hello. You have come all the way here from Barleyman Butterbur? He is a sweet dear to think of us hobbits so far away as he is. He must have heard about the troubling going-ons in the old forest, I imagine. If you are willing to help on that score, there will be plenty to do. So, yep, we can come back here later and do those. Maybe we will do them on a few of them on screen, so we can go take a look in the old forest and see what's up. Just don't mind if I get lost a few times. a few dozen times. Never was real good at navigating the old forest. You still laying about?
What do you need?
The enemy's ring. It is no wonder Aragorn was so secretive as to why the enemy was seeking Baggins. If the Crevain heard Freg- Fredegor's words, the enemy will know for certain that the ring is no longer in the Shire, and all will be lost. Finding those birds in the old forest will not be a simple task. I would ask that you return to Aragorn and Bree and seek his counsel on how to find those foul birds. Okay, so we have to go back to Bree. We have to come grab this barrow iron. Barrow iron. Yeah, please forgive me for yawning. I'm not bored or anything, I promise. But I did get up a little bit earlier than I'm accustomed to getting up in the morning. I usually try to be up between 7:30 and 8, but one of my cats decided he wanted me awake at 6:30 this morning. So I've been up. Oh, would you hush? Thank you. At least he gives me some warning. I wasn't really overly interested in fighting him. Fire's offline, does that exist? That's too bad. I was going to offer to help him out, whatever mobs he needed to kill. I mean, after all, I have a couple high level characters myself. So if some high level character is sniping the mobs, well, I got a hunter that can probably beat him to most of them, unless he's a hunter too. Let's see. Just looking for somebody. Adzo here. And this is another area that's going to have a lot of quests. Yes, you are here to help? Oh, you are just in time. I need all the help I might find. I fear my dream of founding an inn at this spot is in danger of floundering even before it has truly begun. So, this is, I think, the work site for his proposed inn, which has pretty much been like that, well, the whole game time. Okay, she was growling at someone else. All right, so let's head back to see Aragorn. And, oh, yes, we have one more person to talk to for no time for tours. And he is not far away either. All right, and here is our last person to speak to.
What can I do for you?
I am short of officers, newcomer. If you are here to aid me in my fight against the outlaws in the Bree fields, I welcome you without reservation. My friend Lofor may have need of you as well. Okay, so now we could go back to Barleyman with the news that we have spoken to everybody and promise to help them out. the stairs we go.
How can I be of service?
You have returned and with stories to tell, I imagine. I look forward to hearing them. I'm a bit busy right now, I am sure you understand. If the pony is to keep running, you know I must run right along with her. Ha ha ha. I am sure the folks of Breland are grateful for your help, friend. Your good name will be spreading even now, your reputation in these parts growing by the minute. You are welcome in Breland and in the pony whenever you desire to visit. Good job and good day to you. Well, I haven't actually helped them yet, but okay, thank you. And back to Strider.
You bring dire news.
This is dire news. While the four hobbits I was This is dire news. While the four hobbits I was awaiting are safe for the moment, the protection Bree offers is fleeting at best. We must leave soon, and if the enemy's suspicions were confirmed by these Crebain, then what they seek is no longer in the Shire. Our trip may be all the more perilous, yet the old forest is a twisting labyrinth that can lead even the most experienced trackers astray. Finding these Crebain will not be easy.
Listen well.
There is one who could find these Crebain for us, if we were to ask him for such aid. However, he may not see our worries as his. He is known by many names. Of old he was known as Orald to men, while the dwarves he was simply Forn. The elves called him Iarwain Ben-Aider, oldest and fatherless. However, in these days he is known as Tom Bombadil by those few who are aware of him. Look for old Bombadil's house, which lies at the far eastern end of the Windy Whiffle, the river that flows through the old forest. He may help you if you ask him in my name, Aragorn. If you discover anything, I would ask that you address it as best you can. I wish I could help you in this task, but the safety of my charges comes before all else. So, the next quest leads us into. There's a couple of ways to get to Tom Bombadil. I usually go via the Barrow Downs, although it can also be said that he can be reached via the Old Forest too. But like I said, I get lost quite readily in the Old Forest, so we'll be going the old Barrow Barrows route. Either way, that's going to be for another time. So until then, bye for now.